Hey guys, it's Casey. Today I'm going to be doing something a little crazy, a little wild, and it's all inspired by Daniel Cooper. He has been so sweet and so supportive through this, and I finally got the video made, and I decided I'm going to share it with you guys. I created something I haven't seen done before with a special product that you'll see here in just a second. Right now I'm showing you all of my colors and how I mixed them and everything. But I want to talk about this technique. It gave the craziest, coolest effects I had ever seen. And there it is. White spray paint. And I'm going to use it a few different ways. One, I'm going to mix spray paint in my resin. Yes, I am mixing spray paint in resin. And yes, it does cure. And my black spray paint. These are both from Walmart. Very cheap brands. And I'm just going to mix them up. And I'm going to try to create a landscape effect. And the main star is going to be the moon. That's why I'm putting a little clear right where the moon would go. And I feel like I put a little too much white, but I do love the effect at the end. So, you know, hindsight's 20/20, guys, always. But right now, I'm just laying down the colors for my water and everything. And I'm going to put a black line here because in my vision, I had mountains in the distance. And it does show up somewhat, but not the way I wanted it to. It kind of ended up intermixing a little bit with my other colors when I used my heat gun. So that's a regret. But, like I said, hindsight's 20/20. Okay. After I get all this done, I have a couple little extra pieces that I'm going to work on that I've been testing spray paint with and just seeing the possibilities of spray paint. This one I spray painted the spray paint straight on to my resin, but your resin has to be a certain thickness and a certain temperature for this to work. I had a clear layer of resin, and then while it was still liquid but like stringy, really hot, getting ready to cure, that's when you want to spray. And that's when you're going to get the best effects with this. I did spray a little bit early on the other one, and you'll see that here in just a second. Which this is my new favorite effect because it is so 3D and so extreme. And the little side pieces you see on the side, that is the white spray paint mixed with a little bit of pigment to make purple. Okay, and this is a sanded cabochon, and all I'm going to be doing is taking my spray paint, and you'll see I'm going to layer it. 3 squirts of the white, and then 3 squirts of the black, and then I'll come in one more time with my white spray paint and do 3 more squirts. I don't think I did 3 that time because it looked like it was going to be too much. And you see all that cool effect where it's moving and everything? That meant that my resin wasn't quite ready. It needed to be a little bit thicker. So I really wish I had waited. So I'm going to go back in with another layer of the white and another layer of the black and then a final layer of the white. And I'm going to let that set. You need to let this set till your spray paints pretty much have time to dry on the surface. And then you want to take your cabochon and you want to find where you want your moon and press it down just to break the surface tension of the spray paint on the resin. Now, these are me unmolding the extras that I made with the spray paint. As you can see, that did cure, and so did this one. They both were made with the white spray paint. And here's my little butterfly wing I made. I made that mold just so I can make butterfly wings. And then you see the hair. I see the hair. But anyways, I guess we all get hair in ours. I need to wear a cap. And here comes the star of the show. I'm going to pop out this cabochon. It pops right out if you sand it. You have to sand it, guys. And then you have this crazy cool effect left on the front side. Now, it did get some blush on it, but we're going to work on that here in a few minutes. This one, I just absolutely love. I love how this one came out. I'll have to do a video on it. This is if you spray it when it's still in a liquid state. That's the effect you will get. Don't like that. Love this. If you leave it clear behind the moon, that's what it will look like behind the light. But I'm going to take it to the next step, of course. I'm going to try to add color. But first, I'm going to take some acetone. And I'm going to take some makeup brushes and some paper towels. And I'm going to remove that spray paint that's left over around my moon. Because I don't want that showing through on the final product. So I'm just going to take acetone, my makeup brush. I'm going to wet the spray paint really good. And I did put a few dots of the acetone inside the moon. So I had some clear areas popping through. And now I'm going to mix polyurethane resin. And I didn't realize at the time that these Resinarte pigments aren't made for polyurethane resin. And my blue moon just did not want to break down. And I didn't really notice it until it was already on there. So, you know, hindsight, like I said. But, okay. So, I've mixed up my light blue with the Stardust. And I'm going to pour it in where the moon's at. And that's the only place I'm going to put it. Because I want the light blue popping through on my moon. Okay. And I made a little extra. This is a tulip I made. And I made a mold out of it. So that I can make many of them for a tulip garden. But now I cleaned all the acetone off the back of my piece before proceeding here. And I end up doing 2 layers of the polyurethane resin in the blue moon. And I honestly wished I'd left it at 1. Because I don't think I let it dry enough the first time before adding the second layer. And, well, it ends up reacting right beside the moon and leaving this huge, hard, bubbly spot. I just, you know, I'm going to have to sand that down. I'm going to have to work on the back of this. And I've already, I'm taking off the tape I put around. I'm already going to go ahead and sand the sides of this down and everything. Get as much of that off of there as I could. And I'm going to put a top coat on with UV resin. This is the J Life. I'm using it because I like the viscosity of it. And it is a very high viscosity. And I thought it would work well for a top coat because it ain't going to move on you as much unless you heat it up a lot. You know, then you're going to get your drips. But I love how this came out. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Who knew you could do this with spray paint? Look at the moon. That is the start of the show. It is just absolutely stunning in person, guys. I mean, I am super proud of this technique, and I never would have thought of it without Daniel using his hairspray on wet resin. You know, had I not seen him do that, I would have never thought to try spray paint. And I give all the due to him, because without his influence, I wouldn't have thought of it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I threw in some snapshots here. Please take your time to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think. See you next time.
Today I found myself sober, looking back, glad that it's over. Checking doctors on my way through, saying no has been my breakthrough. Today I'm glad that I'm sober, otherwise my life would be over. Some days I want to